Okay, so today I'm going to show you guys how to put the LEDs into an Xbox One console. I'm actually also going to go over putting the fan speed controller in as well. Now, this is the Xbox One 6.6.6 mod, and I ran all of my power from the fan, not from my hard drive. Or my disk drive. I basically ran it from there. The only thing is you have to have it on, I believe it's energy save mode, so that the brick shuts off. Basically, when the brick shuts off, it'll shut off all of the power to the console. So you want to make sure that setting is on. Otherwise, the fan, when you shut it off, the fan and the LEDs will just stay right on. So do note when you do this, that is what will happen. So you will have to place it into that save mode, that energy save mode, I believe. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to show you the power. Alright, so right here, right down by the back of the fan, there is a plug-in. Not this plug-in, there is 4 wires. The first wire to the left, which is the one I'm pointing at, right there, that wire is the ground wire. The next one right over is your positive wire. And then you go over and you've got the other 2 wires. These 2 wires are your control wires, basically control the fan. So all you need are these 2 wires. Now mark these 2 wires up to these 2 so that you know which wires are your positive and negative here. So when you snip it, you know what wires are what off your fan. Okay, so make sure to mark that. Once you get your power, you run it from here up and out to all of your LEDs that you have placed in. Now I've placed one around there, one there. I've placed one in the front so you can see it underneath the disk drive right there. And then we have LEDs around the fan. This is a stock fan. I just painted it, and all I did was take a Dremel and cut out around the fan and stopped and left a space. As you can see, right in between here, there's a gap that I left. Same thing on this side, I left a gap. Same thing over here, another gap. And over there, there is another gap somewhere. Right there in between those 2 brackets. Basically, I've left those gaps so that the fan isn't completely separated. Otherwise, the fan would be separated and probably rattle. So you could drill them, but that would be a pain. If you want to do it that way, you can. But you'd have to put each drill hole exact distance of the LEDs on the LED strips that you have. I just used, I believe they're 357 something LEDs. They're really small. They're not the brightest one they sell. As you can see here, what they look like. They're like a small square black with like a small square with a circle in the center. Those are the style of the LEDs I used. Now you could use any style. They sell brighter ones, whatever. So that's all up to you. Now the fan speed controller. Now that we've got all of our LEDs coming straight to power, now we take one set of those LEDs, let's say this set that runs here, okay? So it runs along, and here's your wire. So what you would do is you would cut this wire, and you would connect it back together, but from the power side, we want a second line out. So we'll have a line going from your power out to your LEDs, okay, and then the wire would have been cut right here, and another set of wires that would go here, and you would connect those wires from the power of your LEDs, or from the power to the LED and out and to this. Now what this is this is a PM, I believe it's a PWM. You can look in the comments down below, and I've stated what this fan controller is. Basically, you just get this fan controller, put it in, run your wires over, and drill a hole, and then you've got your switch. That's the fan knob. Now, you don't want to run your power from here directly to this and then out from this to all of your LEDs, because if you run out from this, you're going to be able to control it with the knob, which you don't want to do, okay? So you don't want to adjust your LED's brightness. So you just basically want to run just your fan through it. Now, that would mean you would connect your wires up, like I said, and cut this wire and actually bridge it. Continue the power to the LEDs, but as well run a separate line to this fan speed controller. And then once you've done that, you have placed in your fan speed controller. Those other two wires are really not really useful, so I've just taped them up because they're not needed. So basically the fan will always run at 12 if you were to just cut those wires and leave them. But it was too loud for me, so I had to put this controller in. I found it on eBay, and it weren't too bad. So that's the Xbox One console LEDs installation. You just easily cut into the fan. Now that was definitely tough. So give it a shot. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.